inclined to give you a shot, but what if I decide to go another way?
I'd say that's fair. And sometimes I like to hang out with people who aren't that bright, just to see how the other half lives.
Move over. I'm emailing the firm. I just found our next associate.
Realizing that you aced a job interview is the best feeling. For many students, job hunting after graduation can be extremely overwhelming, especially when you're navigating rejection letters and resume building and job scams. Oh my gosh. That's why this morning I'm joined by Dallas HR exec and career coach Latoya Baldwin to help us out. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So glad to have you. Okay, so a lot of grads jump straight into online hunting, online job applications, but you say that's not the best place to start. So what should they be doing instead?
Yeah, my advice is to start where most people skip. Yeah, so when you think about it, right? First, I would say leverage your career, your college's career services. They are available to you. So make sure that you're out there on campus. They have career centers that help you with resume writing, job boards, all of the things. So those are resources that are available.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I had no idea that even existed.
I know,
I wish I would have known that.
A lot of people overlook this, and it's not just available for students, for alumni as well.
Okay, now, so it's not too late.
I mean,
don't get me wrong, I really like it here. But from someone like me, like I graduated in the middle of the pandemic, so that would have been a really good resource to have. My goodness. So let's talk about resumes, because there's a lot to it, right? What are the biggest mistakes you see new grads making when it comes to fixing up that first resume?
Oh my goodness. So I would say a lot of new grads will look at their resume as almost like a timeline instead of a marketing tool.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a few tips that I would say is, one, leverage the first part of your resume as a value-driven summary, not just, really identifying your objective. Companies understand that. So you really want to make sure you're leveraging that space to talk about what you offer. The other thing is having, action verbs, being able to identify the impact that you've made, not just job responsibilities. And then the other thing that you want to make sure that you stay away from is buzzwords.
Okay.
Right? So hiring managers they're looking at your resume very quickly, seconds even. So you want to make sure that you're not just saying go-getter or a team player, but really stick to skills like communication, leadership, problem solving, and then use examples. And then lastly, I'm going to say this, and I mean it, I stand by this. You want to make sure you're tailoring your resume.
Yes.
And that's for every single
Beat me to my next question.
Yes. Job descriptions, I think, are open book tests. They share with you exactly what the employer is looking for. So you want to take keywords from that and make sure that you're aligning your experience to what they're actually looking for.
I love that, just because of the simple fact that I think a lot of the times people think of resumes and they think just this straight sheet, like you said, almost like a timeline. And you can kind of jazz it up. You can kind of shake it up. That way it does stick out to other people, right? My resume for here was literally pink with 2 pictures of myself on it, you know what I mean? And so, you really can make yourself stand out among others. So I want to get to job scams, because it sadly is real for everyone out there seeking a job. What are some red flags that we should be looking out for?
Red flags that any candidate should be really aware of is making sure that if someone's asking you to pay for an opportunity, or an offer comes too fast, or even if they're leveraging those messaging apps like WhatsApp or Telegram, run. A legit company is going to, interview you. They're going to verify your identity, and they're never going to ask you to pay for work.
Exactly, and they're never going to say, "Let me get you a gift card."
No.
Okay, so you are so helpful to our college grads. You've even set up this free email template so they can figure out how to follow up with employers, maybe send that first email in the first place. Can you tell us how we can find that, but also more information about you?
Yeah, thank you. So I see a lot of job applicants really get stuck with finding the words that work, right? So whether it's reaching out to a recruiter, following up after an interview, they just don't know what to say. So I created 7 done-for-you templates to really have an opportunity to plug and play and make sure that you put your best foot forward. And so that is available on my website, latoyabaldwin.com. I have tons of free resources out there. I'm also sharing weekly career advice, like the real stuff,
the real nitty-gritty. Yes, indeed.
Yes, I share that on my Instagram at LatoyaBaldwin_.
Nice. Well, Latoya, thank you so much for being here, helping out our college or recent college grads, and then also a few of us adults as well.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.